Ministry News brings you accurate, objective, and current news information across federal ministries, their agencies, and parastatals on the Ministries platform. Stay back and get informed. The Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Mrs. Zainab Ahmed, at a stakeholders meeting in Abuja, announced the resolve of the federal government to jettison its earlier plan to remove subsidy on petroleum products from July. Meanwhile, the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Chief Timipri Silva, also reaffirmed that subsidy paid on the pump price of petrol would remain for now.
The new Petroleum Industry Act provides for the unrestricted market pricing for PMS from the effective date. However, the PIA also envisaged the potential for supply disruption with its resultant effect on the economy. Consequently, it provides for a window of 6 months from the effective date for government to request the services of NNPC Limited as supplier of last resort. With assent by the President on August 16, 2021, the PMS subsidy removal was therefore expected to take place effective February 16, 2022. However, following extensive consultations with all key stakeholders within and outside the government, it has been agreed that the implementation period for the removal of the subsidy should be extended. This extension will give all the stakeholders time to ensure that the implementation is carried out in a manner that ensures all necessary modalities are in place to cushion the effect of the PMS subsidy removal.
The Federal Executive Council has approved contracts valued at 64.687 billion naira for the Ministry of Works and Housing, as well as the Ministry of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT. It also approved the deployment of the Revenue Assurance Solution for the Nigerian Communication Commission, NCC, to enable it block revenue leakages and wastages. FCT Minister Mohammed Bello, his Communication and Digital Economy counterpart, Professor Ali Issa Pantami, and the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Malam Garba Shehu, announced this after this week's virtual council meeting at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. The federal government is undertaking 21 road projects in addition to housing projects that have reached the third phase of completion in Kano State. The Minister of Works and Housing, Mr. Babatunde Fashola, disclosed this when he paid a courtesy visit to the Governor of Kano State, Abdullahi Ganduje, in Kano. The minister, in a statement by the ministry, further stated that the federal government had equally completed phases 1 and 2 of the National Housing Program in the state. He said President Muhammadu Buhari has given express approval for the handing over of the houses to members of the public, and the exercise will be conducted by the ministers from the various states on behalf of the President. The Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, Tuesday assured that the trial of suspected perpetrators of terrorist activities and members of the terrorist group Boko Haram will commence soon. The minister gave the fresh assurance while receiving the Nigerian ambassador to the Kingdom of the Netherlands, Eniola Ajayi, in Abuja. He further noted that the Ministry of Justice has an arrangement with the Federal High Court that will enable judges to be deployed to try terrorist suspects at the various military detention facilities holding the suspects in different parts of the country. The Nigerian Postal Service, NIPOST, on Thursday launched its e-debit card agency banking platform and 27 cargo logistic vehicles to improve its service delivery nationwide. The Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, Issa Pantami, while launching the innovations, said it is in line with the administration's target to achieve a digital economy.
We want to ensure that NIPOS is no more obsolete. It must be digitally oriented. We want to ensure that NIPOS is part and parcel of the fourth industrial revolution. And all these products we are discussing here, particularly number 1 and 2, are in line with that. And we do hope that this is just the beginning, not the end.
The Minister of Transportation, Chibuike Rotimi Amechi, has expressed his satisfaction with the increased pace of work on the construction of the Lekki Deep Sea Port. The minister made this comment during his inspection of the port site in Ibeju-Lekki, Lagos, in the company of top government functionaries from the Federal Ministry of Transportation and heads of relevant agencies, including the Nigerian Ports Authority and the Nigerian Shippers Council. Speaking shortly after his tour of the port site, the minister commended the promoters to double their efforts on the construction to complete the port and start operations ahead of schedule. The Ministry of Aviation has said the planned concession of the 4 most profitable airports in Nigeria to private investors will still happen before the end of President Muhammadu Buhari-led administration in May 2023. According to reports, the Ministry of Aviation has already pre-qualified some interested investors and might soon take their financial bids. Speaking in Abuja on Thursday at the Aviation Workers and Stakeholders Sensitization Conference, North Central Zone, by the Joint Consultative and Negotiating Council, CNC, the Director, Human Resources, Federal Ministry of Aviation, Alhaji Shehu Dogo Mohammed, said the concession process has reached an advanced stage and will happen in the lifetime of this government, as promised by the Minister of Aviation, Senator Hadi Sirika. The federal government has approved new guidelines for the administration of expatriate quota in Nigeria. This was disclosed in a public notice on Thursday by the Minister of Interior, Rauf Aregbesola. In a statement by the Director of Press in the Ministry of Interior, Blessing Larry Adams, all stakeholders are to visit the Ministry's website for more information and further details on the current guidelines. The federal government Wednesday announced the activation of emergency response over the outbreak of Lassa fever in Nigeria and decried the increased number of cases. This was disclosed in a statement by the Director General of the Nigerian Center for Disease Control, Dr. Ifedayo Adetifa. The statement further noted that as of January 23, 2022, a total of 115 confirmed cases with 26 deaths have been reported. Already, the Federal Ministry of Environment has commenced implementing a Lassa fever environmental response campaign in high-burden states. And finally, on Ministry News, the federal government has decried the rate of out-of-school children in Nigeria, promising to take action to ensure they return to school to get the education they deserve. The federal government position was made known in the keynote address delivered by the Minister of State for Education, Honorable Chukwuemeka Nwajuba, at the National Campaign on Out-of-School Children in Benin Kebbi State on Thursday. The minister in his address noted that no nation can make meaningful progress with a high number of its youths as illiterates. He, however, called for synergy amongst stakeholders, especially communities where these children exist, to ensure that they are provided with necessary support to achieve education, since it is the only way the Nigerian society can be better, reliable, developed, and peaceful.